Alrighty. Cool. Okay, so let me get everything situated. I gotta pull up chat and stuff. Cool. Alright, there we go. Alright, so first things first, let's queue for dungeon. Still at rank 1. So I don't know exactly how you're supposed to use the Heart of Azeroth. Here, let me see. So let's see here. So current plan, home shoulders, blah 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 blah. Azerite. Yeah, I don't know. So we'll have to. What is this? Oh yeah, that's for the quest. Okay. So I want to try some of these different talents out. So first things first, let's go to Ellie Blast, Liquid Magma, and yeah, we'll try that out. Alright. So this needs to go there, this needs to go there, that's fine. Sec, please. Yeah, sure, no problem. Actually, you know what? We can throw. Alright. Oh, God. Yeah, we'll just release. I'm gonna put a shield on myself. I don't really think it. Yeah, I mean. I don't know why they pulled all this. Interrupt that heal. Get the stun totem off. Stand here. Move. Oh shit, there is that stuff. Okay. Yeah, I gotta watch out for that. He's gonna die. So we'll hit it twice, then we'll pop the earthquake. Wait, does it not stack? Oh yeah, it did. Okay. Drop that magma totem down. Magma totem is very good for AoE. They fixed that yet? Nope. That still does absolutely no damage. Let's pop the AoE blast before we hit that. Ugh, I hate this. Hate not having the weak ores. Jesus. Alright. Mythic Raider pulling extra trash. How's the elemental feel? Also still muted because I'm at work. Meh. I mean, Mythic Raider pulling extra trash. Hey man, I wasn't the one pulling it. I mean, it's not even worth, like, that's the most annoying thing right now. It's not even worth using Earthshock because it's bugged. So, like, look, it hits for 276, and then Flameshock has a CD. Like, it does not, Elemental does not feel good at all right now. Alright, so we have Earth Shield up right now. So like that hits for 276. Let me see here, how much? Yeah, I mean it's just worth using what's it called? The Frost Shocks instead. I mean, we're still gonna do it, I'm still gonna use Earthquake. Even though it's bugged and it's not gonna deal as much damage, I'm not gonna get in the habit of using, yeah, it just does absolutely no damage. Well, I don't know. So like, for instance, I could sit there and use it right there, and it just hits for 200. Like, ugh. Some things work well. Ellie is bugged and has CD for EQ and FS. Earthshock is extremely bugged, not doing any at all. Okay, so he didn't drop any loot for me. Whatever, that's fine. Someone want? Nah, I don't really care. Where do we go next? Oh, right. Over here. Yeah, I mean, I'm not even gonna use any of the Maelstrom. Ellie Blast hits so hard. Yeah, so right now, Ellie Blast definitely worth taking over Echo. What's the other thing in this tier? Oh, Storm Ellie? You know, I kind of feel like trying Storm Ellie out. Let's... Well, you know what? No. Just because it's bugged right now, it's probably going to be absolute crap. Let's get that Ellie Blast off. Yeah, we're going to drop that, and then we're going to hit him with the Stun Totem. Jesus, why do these guys keep pulling so much? I'm not liking this, man. I don't like this at all. Come on, get him off me. Jesus. Oh, I gotta put Earth Shield back up. We'll save Magma. Oh wow, that seems like a pretty important bug. Yeah, I mean, it's not even worth, like, you'll see how sometimes I'm just gonna cap out on Mastery, or I mean, Maelstrom. I'm not even gonna use anything. It's just, I mean, it might be worth using Frost Shock, but I can't be bothered. I did not mean to cast that on that dude. Okay. Holy crap, that shit launches them now. Alright. So I'll refresh that. I feel like Fire Ellie's coming back really fast. It doesn't seem like 3 minutes at all, so right bet. Actually, you know, I want to put that there. Just so it's not the key bindings that I use on live, but so many mobs in the pools. Mythic Plus would be really hard with some affixes. Yeah, I don't think this is going to be final. There's going to be nowhere near this many mobs. See, like, look, it hit for 300. You know, a full 75, because it caps at 75 now, for how much it uses. A full 75 Maelstrom Earthshock hit for 300. We want to get that cap totem down. And that's all we do, and just sit here and we don't use Alright, so we're gonna focus. Oh god. Alright, so watch out for that ability. I remember this boss fight now. I hate managing flame shocks like this. can't even... Jesus Christ, like, I'll just stonk. Powder shot. No. What's that other ability? So yeah, you just gotta run through it like that. Okay, cool. Yeah, not even worth using my frost shocks. Ow. Let's get ourselves sealed up. There we go. Alright, we got loot here. Garbo. Alright. Okay. Okay. Dude, can you... Gosh. Really? Come on. Don't pick him up. Fuck, man. Can we still have double Ellie's out? Yeah, we can. Okay, cool. Hmm. Hiya! Yeah, I don't know. We're gonna try out enhancement here in just a second. Hmm. Or 10 Azeroth. This has like a 5 on it. Do you know? Yeah, bring him out. So, alright. Oh, it knocks you back. I was just gonna take the hit, but whatever. Get it off! Ah! Get that earth shield back up. Yeah, should be worth waiting for that. Azeroth PogChamp. No idea what that is. No, go away. This dude is so annoying. Ugh. Alright, I think we're gonna swap to enhancement just to test out enhancement. Okay, so real quick, that, agility. Alright. And then talents will go Totem Mastery now. We'll go Landslide, Feral Lunge. Let's put that on E. Don't care about that for this. This can go on G, that's fine. Where'd they go? They're going this way. Oh, here. Yeah, that's fine. Spirit Wolf. Why not? Yeah, I like Ancestral Swiftness. Lightning Shield might be pretty good right now. Depends on how much it procs. For 15% increased damage. I don't really care about that. Oh, cool, they get that. Yeah, let's go with that. We'll go Crashing Storm for this, and Boulder Fist. Alright. Oh, shit! I just got one shot. I wasn't paying attention. Whoops. Real quick. I don't mind Totem Mastery. Loot. Alright. Let's pop this on these guys. Oh crap. That's supposed to be there. There, and there. There we go. Okay. Enhancement feels pretty good. I let the truck drop out there. What? No, I couldn't go there. I can go there. I don't know if that's used for single target. How much damage does that hit for? It does like nothing. There we go. There's some proc. Nice. Yeah, it does like no damage single target. Don't think even with, was it Crashing Thunder? Yeah, Crashing Storm. I don't even think with Crashing Storm it's worth using. Oh god. Let's heal ourselves up with that. That does a decent amount of damage though. Ooh, there's a rare up here. That's not the rare. Oh, there's up there. Wait. Cleverly disguised chest. Oh yes, very. Chest, you are so sneaky. Okay. Oh yeah, crit for 700. So good. Alright. It dropped no loot. Okay. Oh. Alright, so what is it? Is it in like a cave? Should probably heal up a little bit. And don't take too much fall damage here. Nope, now it's above us. What is it called? They're cursed. Ah. Nice. Is there a cave entrance around here somewhere? The fudge? Where are these things coming from? So it's directly on this level, and it's on the other side. Okay. It's Primal Sky Terror. Maybe it's in this cave? Am I gonna aggro that? Yep. Is that a beast? It is. Yeah, they need to... Okay, definitely not in the cave. Where the fuck is it? Alright, you know what? These things, I don't like them. Okay, let's try and find this thing one more time. That's another Primal Sky Terror. Jarkadiacs. Oh, that's for a quest. Okay, so maybe right down this path is like a cave. Haha! Success. Oh my god, I hate this flame shock, man. I refresh it half the time. Not a fan. So the fire elements can't talk. This is what happens when you drink. Alright. Vigilance. Wait. Vignette placeholder. Okay. What is this stuff even worth? It's actually worth quite a bit. Still in combat. Holy god, look at these river beasts. Hello? Oh, it's all cute. Oh, cute it is. Alright. Let's kill it. You're so cute, I just can't help but kill you. Okay. Alright. Do you guys want to see a different class, or do you want to see something in particular? I mean, all I'm doing is just wandering around. What? I'm so confused. Culturus. Why does it click Birken Isles? Argus! Okay. We're on Argus right now. Okay. Yeah, I mean, there's dinosaurs and trees, some rivers, some foliage. I like this zone. Whoa. 717,000 experience required. If you go and do that, it gives you 1,600 experience. Not gonna be doing that leveling. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. That. Okay. Okay. Just killing crocodiles. I do like the way the water looks, though. Wait, can I use this for this thing? Nice. Yo. Nice. Crit for 6,300. I think we could duel this guy. Duel. Bulova. You don't want to duel? Eh, alright. I guess we'll just grab this last snapshot thing. What? It didn't work. It cheated me. Oh, let me tag it! Yes! Success. Yeah, there we go. Alright, let's go down here. Turn that quest in. Let's see what it looks like, really. You brought your friends? Cheeky little bastard. Okay. There's a quest over here. Let's go get it. I'm as tall as the grass. Wonderful. Quest? Excuse me. Okay. Alrighty. I don't think there's anything else I really want to see. Stuff is still really buggy. I need to send Blizzard a report on the stuff that I've noticed. Sounds like basically everyone's already noticed it, but I do want to talk to them about redoing, so like making Flame Shock not have a cooldown again. A 6-second cooldown on Flame Shock is about the worst change that they can make. It's just not enjoyable, man. Like, it doesn't consume Maelstrom anymore to extend its duration, so it's just literally a 15-second dot. I mean, that's all it is. You know, and having to, I mean, you can essentially only have 2 targets with Flame Shock applied to them, and you have to wait 6 seconds. Like, I would much rather see them make Flame Shock. I mean, here's my idea, okay? If the point of putting a cooldown on Flame Shock is to limit the total number of targets that can have Flame Shock on them at a given point in time, to prevent you from just mashing Lava Surge over and over and over, then I mean, it doesn't make sense. Like, just make it so there's a limited, like, this ability can only, be on 2 targets at one time. You know? It makes no sense to revert back to the Missa Pandaria system. Now, when I was talking to that other elemental shaman about Earthquake, the 15-second cooldown on Earthquake, it can work, okay? Um, Lasts 12 seconds. If nothing is moving, it's going to be extremely powerful, depending on just how strong it turns out over time. I mean, on 3 targets alone, it's hitting each one for, 2,400, so more like 2,000, 1,800, somewhere around there. Um, so that's like 6k damage to, around 9k damage for 3 targets. So, and that's, just popping an instant cast, and then you get the knockdown effect, stuff like that. So, it can still be good. But if they're going to leave that with a cooldown, first of all, Earthshock needs to be fixed, and then Earthshock or something else is going to need to have, we're going to need to be able to dump the Maelstrom that we're generating from AoE pools. We're going to need to be able to dump that into something, because, we sit there, like, when I was running that dungeon, we would sit there and pull a group of mobs, and I'd throw off one Chain Lightning, drop the instant cast, Earthquake, because we get the 5 stacks of the Earthquake shit, whatever it's called. Let me see here, what is it? It's Epicenter. So you get the 5 stacks of Epicenter. Drop an instant cast Earthquake. It's doing a bunch of damage. It's doing its thing. But 1 or 2 Chain Lightnings later, and we're capped on Maelstrom again, right? And then we're just sitting there spamming Chain Lightning, putting Ellie Blast in there, which I'm not even considering Storm Elemental as viable. And I know this is alpha, but the fact that a lot of Storm Elemental hinges on the Maelstrom generation, that's like the whole point to it. It makes no sense to pick up Storm Elemental over Ellie Blast. And Echo is, it just doesn't make sense to pick up Echo over Ellie either. Like, yeah, it has a 4-second shorter cooldown, but this hits, let's see here. So 744, so that's gonna, I mean, this baseline hits for 3 times as hard as Lava Burst. It has the ability to crit, but then it gives you the buff for 10 seconds, right? So baseline, I think Ellie Blast is a very obvious choice over Echo of Elements. The other thing Echo is going to do is the reason why we like Echo, and it should honestly just be baseline as a talent. And you can change stuff, you can change values to work around that. Echo should be a baseline talent because it makes that rotation just feel cohesive. It makes everything flow smoothly. You know, so like prime example, you're sitting there casting abilities and stuff. You got 1 second left on your lava burst cooldown, and suddenly get a lava surge proc. Well, damn. You basically just gained about half a second worth of cooldown time or ability time. I don't know the best terminology to use for that statement, but essentially, instead of channeling the lava burst, you're getting an instant cast instead, which it has its uses. You can move, you can do other things, but Echo of Elements, just baseline, it makes things flow better. And when things flow better, the rotation feels better. It should just be baseline. And if you have to change values around that, you should change the values, okay? So if you need to make Lava Burst hit 10% less hard, okay? Lava Burst baseline does 10% less damage, but you have Echo of Elements, and then you put something else in that talent spot, right? Something that's like Elemental Blast or Storm Elemental, where you're like, okay, well, in this scenario, I'm going to want Storm Elemental, right? We're going to want a lot of burst. I'm going to be running Storm Elemental, Primal Elementalist, and I want a lot of burst during this portion, so I'm going to run Storm Elemental, okay? For like just sustained damage, I want to run Ellie Blast, and then, you know, maybe there's like an AoE component over here that you want to run. You know, those need to be the talent choices to pick from. You know, down here is a prime example. I think this tier 90 talent tree is incredibly well designed. Do not change this, okay? You have a choice between a very hard-hitting AoE. You have the choice between, or you could pick a very high amount of burst, or you could pick a large, you know, single target sustain. Those are the kind of choices that I'm interested in. This talent tree, I think, is dog shit. I don't like it at all. But it's tier 15 talent tree. So, I don't know. No, I take that back. Doesn't matter what tier it is. I want every single choice to matter. I want every single choice to be unique, to fit a certain type of environment, or to just have something interesting, something worthwhile about it, right? There's nothing that interesting about Totem Mastery. It's, you know, look here, watch. You guys ready? Totem Mastery. We're going to attach this to G. Okay, ready? Totem Mastery's down. This is Totem Mastery. Hey guys, you check out my totems? Yeah, they're there. Yeah, they're there. They're there for another 2 minutes. But here, if I run over here, watch this, in just a few more meters. Right about here. Yeah, right here. Right? They fall off. Oh, gotta drop Totem Mastery again. You know, that's that talent. Earth and Rage. You know, it's fine. It's fine by itself. But you're doing a Mythic Plus. I don't... You know, it gets kind of annoying. Having to recast Totem Mastery every time you move 40 yards. Is it 40 yards? I don't know if it's 40 yards. It's about 40 yards. So Lava Surge now also causes Lava Burst to generate 50% more Maelstrom. So instead of generating 12, it's going to generate 18. Okay. It's interesting. You know, you're rocking Ellie Blast. I don't really... I don't know. I'll have to see what the changed Earthshock value is. You know, if Earthshock becomes viable to actually use once they adjust the values. Please show us how new Fulmination works. Yeah, dude, so Fulmination, like, don't even worry about it. It's super buggy right now. So like here, well, we have Totem Mastery up here. Let me find a mob. Alright, so we got Totem Mastery down. We're gonna start off with the Ellie Blast. So as you can see, Flame Shock, first of all, has... Let me generate this Maelstrom. Actually, how much do I have? 81. So this caps off at 75, right? It only goes to 75. So you hit this, and it does really bad damage right now. It's very buggy. We don't really understand it, but... So basically, you know, you're only, like, once you hit 75, there's no point to going any higher. You can just cast that Earthshock. That's the way it works right now. Your Earthquake has a cooldown, 15 seconds. But you have this passive Epicenter, so every target hit by chain lightning is going to reduce the cast time of your earthquake, which, by the way, is 2 seconds, about 2 seconds. It's going to reduce it by 20%. It stacks to 5. And increase its damage by 20%. Yeah, but doesn't it buff your next lightnings? I think that's, let me see here. I don't know if it buffs it. Actually, that's a good question. Let me find out. So here, right here, we'll fire off 2 lightning bolts. We'll fulminate. Yeah, no buffs. Let's see how much damage. Does it increase the damage? 1554, 1554. Well, it actually might. It might buff the next 3 lightning bolts. So let's see here. So fulmination. Every 25 maelstrom you have up to 75. Oh, okay. I didn't. Yeah, you know what? You're right, David. Thank you for pointing that out to me. I didn't even see that. I'm not sure if I like that. You know, because essentially what you're doing is you're saying, I want my earth shocks to hit like a wet noodle, so that the next couple of I think it's the next 3. The next will cause the target to take additional. But there's no buff or anything that gets applied to it. You know, I completely missed that. And there's literally nothing that gets applied to the target. So like, look here. Right? So there's, oh wait, there it is. Yeah, so it's 3. Sorry, I was looking at my buffs. So it causes your next 3. So I think it's every 25 maelstrom you spend, it debuffs it with a stack. So if you use 25, it debuffs it with 1 stack. 50 is 2 stacks. 75 is 3 stacks. So that's interesting. It's interesting. But I don't know, man. Like, all you're doing is you're saying instead of giving, so like what we've always had is burst. We've always had burst. And I feel like if you want that burst now, so increases the bonus damage of lightning bolt from fulmination by 20%. Okay, so I mean that's kind of interesting in itself. Let's see here. So we're gonna hit that. So instead of 100% bonus, yeah, I don't think I can get behind it. It doesn't feel good. It does not feel good at all. I would rather have that upfront high massive earth shock hit instead of the debuffed thing. But I'm glad you pointed that out. I completely missed that change. I don't know. I guess I could live with that though. The thing I can't wrap my head around is the cooldown for Flame Shock. The 6-second CD for Flame Shock. Like I said it a little bit earlier. I don't think you were around. This absolutely has to get changed. And if their reasoning behind it is, let's say they're looking to limit the total number of targets that we can have Flame Shock on at a single given point in time, then that just needs to be baked into the spell. And it needs to not have a cooldown to it. It needs to say, oh, and by the way, your Flame Shock can only be applied to 2 or 3 different targets at any given point in time. And then if we try to apply it to the 3rd or 4th, you know, the first one just gets removed. I would be okay with something like that. You know, if that's their design goal, then that makes sense. I'm okay with that. But if their design goal is to revert things to back when Miss Pandaria was a thing, and it was really difficult, like that's essentially what you're doing is single target, like a boss like Raw Den. I don't know if you if you guys were playing back then. But on that boss fight, let's say you applied Flame Shock to Raw Den. 2 seconds later, one of these little orb things spawns that you have to absolutely nuke the ever-living F out of, okay? You swap to that orb, but Flame Shock's on a cooldown. What do? Well, you just can't, you know... Oh, God, I got DC'd. Here, I'll reopen 1 second. But you sit there and... Excuse me. Sorry for the black screen, but, you know, it'll just take a second. There we go. So, it drives me nuts, you know? It drove me nuts back then. It's driving me nuts right now. Not a fan of it. Earthquake can stay. I don't really mind that too much. You know, as long as they value it properly, I want it to be similar to light or chain lightning in terms of total damage output. But then we're also gonna need, like, if fulmination were to work with chain lightning as well, okay? So you drop the earthquake, you got 15 seconds of downtime, and you're just spamming these chain lightnings. There's so much room for using maelstrom spenders at that point. You know, there's so much room because you're going to be capped for like a good 10 seconds. You're going to be capped on maelstrom. If all the...
What?
Hang on 1 second. I'll finish that statement. All right, sorry about that. So, you know, like if we're sitting there casting a bunch of chain lightnings, we're getting capped on maelstrom, and then we're just sitting there capped on maelstrom through the entirety of the AoE duration. It's not necessarily a bad thing in terms of, like, if the raw damage output is fine, okay, but it's one of those things where it just makes the class feel clunky, right? You know, in Legion, we started to feel this cohesion where everything was flowing really smooth. You could, you know, you're pouring in a couple chain lightnings, you drop a couple earthquakes, you keep rolling all this stuff out. Now it just feels like, you know, chain lightning, chain lightning, chain lightning, chain lightning, chain lightning. Did it revert my thing? No. Okay, there we go. You know what I mean? So, like, Flame Shock lasts only 15 seconds now. That's quite annoying, to be honest. I forgot to get that Earth Shield up. I think it's really interesting that Earth Shield is given to us as an option. I'm kind of a fan of that, actually. So, yeah, I'm not sure what I want from it, you know? Jesus, these things take a ton of damage. Yeah, I don't know. But I can tell you that from playing it in just the way it feels in comparison to the way it feels on Legion, disregard, you know, what damage is, disregard everything about that. Even if we were the highest DPS class by 30%, I would honestly want to play a different class right now. it doesn't feel fun. This is no longer a fun spec to play to me. And that's my opinion, you know. Oh, I thought I got the interrupt. Whatever. You know, everyone's gonna probably have a different feeling about this. I think it's gonna be kind of split in the Shaman community. And that's fine. You know, if you're someone who's like, you know, I really like this change, then cool. You know, I'm glad that someone's getting what they wanted from Elemental Shaman. But I can tell you, as someone who's played this since vanilla, I've taken a couple breaks here and there, to try out some other specs and whatnot. Like right there, that was a prime example. So instead of just being able to cast that Earth Shock, finish off the mob, I cast an Earth Shock, it puts the debuffs on him, and then I use an instant cast Lava Burst to finish it off. Debuffs get completely unused. Doesn't, like, that bothers me. Am I gonna have to think about, you know, every tiny little thing that I do? Can I cast Earth Shock? Do I have enough time to get 3 lightning bolts off? You know, like right there, it worked out fine. I don't know. Just doesn't. Yeah. What do you guys think? What are you guys thinking about it right now? At least it's not tied CD wise, like all shocks are tied to the same CD. So it stacks too, so you see that? I don't know if you noticed that, but it didn't just cap out at 3, it stacked. Ooh, let me try this. Oh man. Wait, where's one where I can grapple to? Here, let's try getting this one. This might be kind of fun. There is a... Oh, it just grapples it to me. That's lame. I need to put... Oh my god. I need to run away. Yeah, we're fine. Okay, maybe not. I wasn't really paying attention there. I should have been. Alright, we gotta run back. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. What are you guys thinking of the Elemental Shaman changes? Enhancement, I played Enhancement for like 10 seconds. I can already tell you it feels fine. You know, I think that in short bursts of time, Enhancement actually beats Elemental in burst right now. It's kind of crazy. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to think about it. I'll need your guys' opinion. Alright, let's see here. By the way, how is the stream quality? Is it good for everyone? Does it look okay? Are we all enjoying ourselves? And I hate to be a negative Nancy about all this. I mean, don't get me wrong, there are some things that I'm really liking. You know, like the mobs, the atmosphere, just the zone as a whole feels really incredible. And I'm not necessarily complaining because, believe me, I understand this is just an alpha, just getting a feel for things, what their initial intentions are. There are still some severe bugs and everything that are going on. You know, I get all that, no worries. So I'm more interested though in like um, first of all, this is Argus. Check this out. This is kind of funny. If you go to Broken Isles, you click Argus, it's Nazmir. Confirmed. The next expansion takes place on Argus. um, the initial intention is that we are fucked in further expansion. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know about fucked. I think the damage is there. It's just that's not where the complaint lies. You know, the complaint lies with how fluid it feels. How like it's a very very clunky gameplay right now. And I've tried all kinds of different builds and stuff. It feels clunky. Here's an elite mob. Let's kill it. Hiya. Oh god, this thing hits pretty hard. We gotta put Earth Shield back up. Can we stun it? This is really a bad engagement. I need to get my... Come on now, don't be a douche. Alright, so tricky. Flame Shock, CD, Fulmination, Charge, Elemental Blast in one row with Echo of Elements. Yeah, dude. It's just... I don't know. Like, it's not even really that it's tricky. It just doesn't feel good. There's no real, like, reasoning behind why I'm not liking this, you know? I think the damage is probably gonna be fine. Even if we're, like, lower middle of the pack in terms of damage for single target. Or, you know, we're, top 3, you know, top quarter in terms of AoE. Or vice versa. I don't, you know, it doesn't really matter. Like, I think damage is probably going to be fine. That's not really why I play class, though. Even for mythic rating and stuff like that, I don't play it for... Sorry about that. The little guy was asking me a question. So yeah, I mean, I'm not like dogging on it, right? By any means. This is an alpha. And the feedback here, as a matter of fact, wait, whoops, help. Let's submit a suggestion. Elemental Shaman feels clunky. The CD on Flame Shock needs to be removed. If the design intent is to limit the number of targets Flame Shock can be applied to at any given point in time, then make that part of the spell instead, giving it a CD. What else do we have? Another issue is capping Maelstrom during AoE pulls, since EQ has a CD on it now. We are being capped on Maelstrom for a good 10 seconds or so. A solution could be to introduce, well, to make fulmination apply to chain lightning as well. If values on damage need to be changed, that is okay. Okay. Actually, let's, there we go. We'll make that on a separate line. Okay. Alright. It's not as long as I would have liked to write a message to them. There's a lot more that I'll probably send them, but initial impressions. All in all, the expansion, like the zone, the way everything looks. I mean, look at this dude. He's a floating spirit. Feels like any other expansion, you know? It's really cool, don't get me wrong. It's a little bit different than stuff that we've seen before in the past. I think that statement that I just made is kind of funny. As opposed to things we've seen before in the future, right? Anyway. No, but as opposed to things, zones that we've seen before in the past, it is different. What's that one? Ghostlands or whatever? Yeah, Ghostlands, where the Zandalar are over there or whatever. Jesus, it's been so long since I've done that content. But anyway, it doesn't feel anything like that zone. The questing, anything feels pretty similar. I haven't really experienced anything. Now, mind you, I am very, very early on in the questing and stuff. The dungeon, it was called Fair something or other. Freehold, that was it. I did Freehold. Freehold seemed pretty okay. Some of the mobs need to be cleaned up. I think there's too many mobs in it. I don't know. What else? I mean, what do you guys want to see or hear about? There's a rare over here. Let's go kill this rare. Ah! Wait, it disappeared. You fucker. You son of a bitch. The fuck? God damn it. Alright, whatever. We'll kill these things. Oh, I can't cast. Tried casting, just out of habit, tried casting Flame Shock on that. I've never, even with Flame Shock off the target, whenever I try just putting like a, like here, let's see. It's probably gonna crit. Let's see if it does. Yeah, it crits. It's, I don't know if that's a bug or if that's a change they're planning to where, yeah, see it says Lob Burst will always critically strike if the target is afflicted by Flame Shock. I've tried it on multiple occasions now, and it's just always critting, so I don't know if that's a bug or not. Here, let's try it again here. Yeah, crit again. And you'll see, like, no crit, no, oh, that crit, but no crit, and then crit, no crit, no crit, no crit, no crit, crit. What's our crit chance? 22%. Oh, come on, just die, please. Okay. Yeah, so we'll try it one more time. If it crits again, yeah, I don't think it can't. I don't think it's gonna not crit. And then let's see here. So with Flame Shock, yeah, it does basically the exact same damage. I don't see really any change. Here, let's see. So it did 1860 before, 1860 without it. So in total, I mean, Flame Shock's still worth putting on, just as a side little dot, you know? It does more damage over time than the lava burst. But when you can just do something like that, I mean, there's no point. So I don't know if that's a bug or that's something they're trying to change, but there's that. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But yeah, so getting back to the dungeon. The dungeon, it felt fine. You know, it didn't really feel like anything special or um I don't know. It was a dungeon, you know? Freehold felt like just way too many mob packs though. Like that's 90% of the dungeon, and then the other 10% was fighting the bosses. So does this stack? It does stack. Okay, cool. And then caps at 5. Alright.
Are you playing beta?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just streaming it to people right now, and there's a few people watching and chiming in. I think that all us elemental shamans are in agreement that there's definitely some changes that need to be made. Class as a whole feels very clunky, but I'm not seeing like a damage issue, so I'm not really worried about damage at all. Let's just grab this last little tablet thing. Spent 2.5 hours doing that. There's some more quests here. Let's go turn in this other one. I think we started down there. We've actually made it pretty far into here. That's cool. Alright, but after I turn this in, I'm actually going to hop off for now. I'm trying not to spoil the game too much. I'm just trying to get a feel and do a little bit of testing for Blizzard. You know, it's is that stupid? Nah, stupid bone collector. Alright. Alright, we're gonna hop off now. Probably I'll stream a little bit more tomorrow, and we'll do requests. So whatever you guys want to see, warlocks, mages, whatever. Specific specs. If you want me to play resto, I can do everything. Some classes I'm not, as good at as elemental or whatever. Especially when I'm using like the bare basic UI. Just not used to it, but it's alright. The idea is just to get an idea for the abilities, what the rotation should kind of look like, stuff like that. Just how does it feel? So let me know tomorrow if you want to leave a comment on the video from the stream. Appreciate it. And if you want to subscribe to follow and see when I'm gonna be on next, feel free. And I'll see you all tomorrow.